Hi folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics, bringing you an MG Magnette from 1958. Personally, I think this British racing green colour really suits this fabulous car. The car, as you can see, presents very nicely. It's very handsome, showing off the chrome with this racing green look. Now this will be the second time we've sold this car. The previous owner, who happened to love this car, was absolutely gutted to sell it. However, his needs changed and we traded this in for another one of our wonderful classics, and this one's back with us for sale. So I know this car has had good use. The gentleman was a member of Goodwood Breakfast Club, and this actual car featured in their magazine. Now, the car is predominantly standard, and the only adaptations I'm aware of is things that our own garage carried out on behalf of the new owner, which was we fitted servo-assisted brake, or I should say a brake servo. Now the one from the MGB fits in these nicely, and then at the same time it did have new cylinders and new hoses and pretty much everything to beef up the brakes to handle the new servo. It also had twin electric fans, which do of course help with cooling in the summer months, because the gentleman did actually drive the car long distance. Now it's a Veritone model, and we know this because of the larger rear screen. Sometimes people think Veritones are all two-tone, but that's not necessarily always the case. This one does come with some nice paperwork, and the previous owner did actually have the floor pans and underbody some restoration carried out. The car is solid, the car drives very nicely, very nice chrome, and tuned up very nicely, and it certainly does motor well. Now, for those who know, the MG Magnette was at the time among the fastest production saloon cars going. They were well loved back in the 60s, and this is actually the first time MG ever used an engine that was fitted to other cars, and that is of course the 1500 engine that this one has fitted. They do motor nicely, and you will be impressed by its performance and certainly the way she sounds. It has got a couple of pancake filters. Now, we're just in the throes of fitting a handbrake cable. One of the rear ones unfortunately is broken. As you can see, the woodwork is in good order. The seats, whereas certainly far from being perfect, they do retain their original patina with some scars and scratches, but in my view certainly usable as is. Now, like with anything, it can be restored and improved, whereas this is very honest. Nice carpets throughout, good door cards, and actually I think the wood across the top of the doors is in good condition as well. Let's have a look in the back. As you can see, the seats are in respectable, good used condition. In fact, that's how I would describe the whole car. It's going to suit someone who's looking for a everyday working classic car. This is by no means a show-winning classic car, but it certainly drives extremely well. It presents very nicely, and the engine, which you'll see a photograph of that, is very clean. There doesn't appear to be any oil leaks, and you'll hear she's ticking over now. She does run very nicely. Now I'm going to try my best with my camera to get up and have a look at this car as if you were here looking at it with me now. We're going to start at the offside rear wing, and I noticed that the back bumper looks to be in excellent condition. I would imagine that has been restored. The rear wing looks very good. The rear offside door is very nice. There looks to be a fairly decent panel gap all the way around these doors. And right down at the bottom, I've got a chip right at the bottom there, but I'm getting in very close to show you that. The jacking points all look to have been undersealed, as indeed the whole of the car has. I think I mentioned the floor pans with that. The front wing now looks to be in lovely condition. It's glorious in this British Racing green. The car does present very nice and shiny. Obviously been repainted in, I would say, more recent years, but certainly not in our watch. The previous owner owned the car for about 3 or 4 years actually, and we sold it to him at that point. Some period extra driving lamps. Now I'm told they're not wired in. There's an MG club badge, which of course looks rather smart on this MG. The bonnet is in good condition. I can't see any serious paint imperfections there. I can't see any micro blistering. I can't see any paint conditions that you need to worry about. The tyres all are in good condition, and it does help this car steer well. If I'm being very fussy, I can see a little mark in the paint here and a few minor little scratches there, but otherwise very nice paint down this side, and the roof and the bright work appears to be in good condition. And now I'm actually at the other side, the other wing. This is the near side rear wing. All the paintwork looks to be in good order there, as does this rear door. The steel wheels and hubcaps are good. Some nice chunky tyres on the back, which I think are quite recent, and they are actually Continentals. A colourful car. So actually, a far more conventional shock absorber setup rather than, for example, the MGB, which use the hydraulic levers. These cars handle very well, and they happen to motor well. Now this one, it's always been a quick car. I can't say for sure if the engine's ever had any upgrading work. I don't think it has, but certainly the carbs are balanced really well, and the car is a little flyer. Now, having upgraded the brakes slightly, that does give you a bit more confidence if you are using some of the performance of the car. So actually having servo-assisted brakes will suit a lot of people. But to my knowledge, other than just the servo-assisted brakes and the twin electric fans, I think this car remains otherwise standard. Now, by a separate negotiation, the previous owner did plan to fit a 5-speed gearbox, Type 9 5-speed gearbox from a Ford, and there was also a prop shaft conversion. So it is possible that this car could be a 5-speed. A lot of people do it. If you're an MG fan, you might be accustomed to having an overdrive gear, so having this conversion kind of gives you an overdrive. Now that is possible that we can help with supplying you the parts. So we offer a part exchange service. We can take in your existing Classic. We can also take in an existing modern car, or even a light commercial, to facilitate the deal. Now the car itself is in good overall condition. Sometimes we do get customers that turn up expecting cars to be concours, new, just restored. That's not the case of this car. This has just been a well-maintained car in good, usable condition. Now, it drives very nicely. You're very welcome to come and have a look at this car. We can arrange a test drive. You can arrange an inspection from an independent engineer. We can offer UK delivery at a competitive price. We just need your postcode to give you a quote. And I mentioned part exchange. So folks, if you can think of anything else you need to know about this lovely car, please do get in touch. The car is available to be sold straight away. We do have a handbrake cable to fit, but other than that, the rest of the car seems to be perfectly lovely. If you look back at the MOT history, you'll see that this car has fared quite well and passed its MOTs without advisories a fair few times in the last handful of years, but it will come with a fresh 12 months MOT when the car comes from us. Well folks, thank you very much for watching my video today about this lovely MG Magnette 1500 twin carb engine, and lovely condition, available now. Please get in touch if you'd like to buy this car, or you'd like to come and see this car. It'd be lovely to greet you here. The kettle is usually always on. This is Danny at Bradley James Classics, signing out.